And the last conference of the day is none other than Sony. How hyped are you guys for this last conference?
Definitely a last but not least situation.
I think it is my most highly anticipated myself. I've been waiting the entire time for this one.
Had to get popcorn.
Yeah, I mean, today's been a fantastic day. Like, I like the PC gaming show. Ubisoft brought it. Square Enix, neat. But
it was a morning warm up.
Sony was very.
You play? Ubisoft?
What?
Ubisoft? You mean? Or
no, I'm saying Sony last year was
last
very
year.
impactful.
This is what happens when we don't let her finish. Okay.
I was like, what? No,
we need to
just
edit just 2 words in.
Definitely like made its mark. So I'm really, really hyped for this year, especially the biggest one in my mind, Death Stranding. We just get the tiniest tidbits every year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how much more are we going to see this time around?
I think it's going to be the big one.
Yeah, same.
We'll probably get.
What were we talking about before? It was the zombie game. What was it?
Days Gone.
Days Gone. I want more of info on that too. Those are like the 2 that I'm kind of like, okay, tell me more.
We saw gameplay last year.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Mm-hmm.
We do need more.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Rom?
Death Stranding for sure, and like you guys are saying, I think we'll probably get like another like 8-10 minute trailer where we have no idea what's going on, but I'm completely fine with watching it like 5 times over, trying to dissect
just visual poetry.
Honestly,
right? It's like
it was the weirdest. That was the weirdest trailer I've ever seen.
I want weird. I want more weird baby things with Norman Reedus and Miles Mikkelsen.
Norman Reedus can be my mom any day.
So, you guys don't think we're gonna get a release date for Death Stranding? At least a year, maybe?
I don't think so.
I think we would.
February 22nd is confirmed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, you know what?
There's a joking use of that word.
No, it's probably February 23rd. And that's why all these games are trying to schedule in front of it.
I don't think it's going to be ahead of Yeah, well, they might be right.
They're like somehow they all know.
Oh, Days Gone is the 22nd? Is that what they said?
Seriously?
No way.
No.
I can't tell
it's March, I think.
Not.
It's either a meme or it's an unfortunate reality.
Isn't that what memes are anyway? Yeah, last year I think Sony sort of set the bar for what I know it's certainly true for me, and it's things we've talked about throughout the year, myself and other broadcasters as well as chat, set the bar for what we expect to see from a good, if not great, E3 conference. I mean, just like, what I was doing yesterday, I think, even for the last 2 days, I was like, yeah, that was good, but it wasn't no live symphony with the Velvet. I was always comparing things to Sony last year. And it was really easy to do that, especially with like Microsoft last year was just so forgettable. I honestly don't even remember it. This year is pretty good with the way that they presented it and everything. I don't know how theatrical Sony stuff is going to be, but if it's, they could honestly, considering how much they did last year, it might be easy to disappoint us this year.
Yeah.
They could do a great job and still just like not hit their own mark.
Like, I'm really curious. I don't remember what time frame Sony went on in terms of like cover or, conferencing, on what day they went. But like, they're pretty much like one of the last ones here. And we've seen pretty much everything what to expect besides Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranded, Last of Us 2. Like, they're just pretty much going to talk about their exclusives unless they're holding on to some very exclusive things that are pertaining to their platform. So
that would be exciting.
That would be so exciting.
I mean, Sony has been killing it with exclusives. Like, that's what's been like their mark for the past like at least 2 years, I would say. So they probably have some stuff up their sleeves. Like, I can't imagine them like slowing down.
Yeah, because Naughty Dog always has like Last of Us, but they always have like something else going on with Uncharted or something else. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were to say something else as well.
Watch Dogs. Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog does Uncharted.
Who did Watch Dogs?
Ubi? I don't
I don't know anything.
It's Ubisoft.
Okay.
Okay, it is Ubisoft.
I don't think I saw any wild speculation about like new IPs or like
I mean,
really
they've got
crazy
so many
extensions.
things that they've been announcing and working on that haven't come out yet that like
It's like, where would you even fit in new stuff?
There's no way they can have yet another new IP, you know? And if they do, I will walk away. Don't worry. I'll leave. You don't need me here. Like
But you know, like 3/4 of the way into the conference last year, we were saying the same thing. It's like, well, surely they're done. Oh!
This is when we find out about the PS5 and
Yeah. Well, I think they did say this year that the next generation is 3 years out.
TM. Yeah.
That's good though, because that's too soon.
Yeah. Well,
like if it were now, it'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm still getting used to my PS4 Pro.
But I'm sure we can expect like 4 different revisions of the PS4 Pro in the future, like the Slim, the Slim Plus,
the Super Slim.
Yeah, the Mega Pro.
Oh man,
a Bloodborne 2? No,
I don't think so. I mean, you know something? I've been wrong before, but I don't know.
Once though, only once.
Only once.
But they're doing
I did call the new IP and
Sekiro.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna do Bloodborne also.
Yeah, no.
Probably not.
It would be amazing, but no.
There's no new Crash. No, not making a new Crash.
Did we do anything about Red Dead? No, right?
I think they could do Red Dead.
Dude, if they do Red Dead,
no one's done Red Dead. No one's taken Red Dead yet.
Wait, is it? Who's publishing Red Dead?
I don't know.
You know what? We're all four of us on the internet.
I think it's Xbox and PlayStation first.
Huh.
Internet, Twitch chat, tell us who. Take two. Soka.
Rockstar.
If they show, I mean, Spyro, like I'm excited for.
Absolutely.
But it's not like it's not gonna blow my mind because A, I know it's coming already, and B, it's like okay, well, it's remastered. I mean, it's not like gonna be revolutionary, but Spider-Man, yeah, I'd love to see more Spider-Man. I mean, that comes out later this year, so I'm sure that will be there too.
Red Dead's releasing October 26th on both Xbox and PlayStation, and it wasn't even touched on at the Microsoft conference.
You're right.
So does that mean
that's why I think maybe Sony's like paid?
Yeah, because that would easily just be a money thing. Like Sony's like, hey, do the thing over here.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, if they announce 50 games, why not 51 and Rockstar in there? I'm sorry, Red Dead in there.
I'm sure Microsoft would have wanted that too, but maybe Sony paid more money.
Yeah, it was a cigar smoke filled back room kind of deal. Detroit DLC? Oh, that's a little quick. All right,
that would be too soon.
I'm down.
But exactly.
Give me a reason to dive back into it this weekend, man. Sure.
I mean, maybe some Neo stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Might could.
Horizons, maybe more.
Horizon Zero Dawn 2 already.
Oh, that is a possibility.
More Horizon DLC.
No, I believe that they said that was the only DLC that Horizon's going to get.
Really?
They're going to make another?
I could be mistaken about that, but I believe I remember this being stated and being surprised and being like, but why?
Okay, so
maybe they are working on New Horizon.
Wow.
I think it's too soon though.
Yeah, I would say that would be too soon to announce.
I'll be curious to see if they try to support their VR anymore at all. If they make any announcements about
PSVR.
If they say anything about it, or at this point, is it just another like iToy, like just another like peripheral that they're just going to abandon?
What's the iToy?
It was that the thing with like the little sticks and those things, and they had the little camera mounted thing. I can't remember because I never bought one of these things.
So this is kind of a case in point,
right? It's just like like another like Nintendo little thing that you buy and then like you play it for a weekend with friends, and you just like throw it in the closet with all the other like cables and stuff that you have. You dig it out for some sort of garage sale. Like 10 years later, you're like, oh yeah, that thing was kind of interesting for all of 3 seconds.
Like the place, like. I mean, the PSVR, I think, was just like, they're like, okay, VR is the future. Let's just get something out as soon as possible. And like, it's not supported, and like, there's no games for it. And like, the PlayStation with VR, like, you need a much more powerful system. Like, it was like they just kind of like they saw the money and they're like, let's go. And I just think it's like it's too early.
Yeah, you might be right. Although it is I mean, if you want to do VR, it's certainly a more affordable alternative to having a VR ready PC system and getting the VR systems for PC.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not that, it's not that like culturally relevant yet. We're on the verge, we're on the borderline, but
it's
that's
not optimized
the
enough.
point.
It's for me personally, like, it's not enticing. Like, I already get motion sick whenever I do try like VR stuff. So you have to combat that with so many people who do get motion sick. And on top of it, like, the game quality is just not up to par with what everybody is expecting and what everybody wants. So it's kind of like, is it really worth it to play it in VR?
How
Not
much
really.
does it cost?
You know, what happened?
PSVR. Dude, what's it cost? It's like
I'm
200.
not sure.
Plus, you have to have a pro as well.
Oh, it's a pro only?
Yeah, because you need that extra that power, right? Like the barrier to entry for VR is just so high. And like they tried to make it the lowest, but still it's from everything I've heard, PSVR is really janky.
Yeah.
Really hard on your eyes. Like it's just like an all around really bad experience. It's like the first, like, you know, your baby steps into VR, but it's not what everyone wants.
Okay.
Now they had that at the PC gaming show. They had that one VR game. Stormland, the mech one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which looks really good, but I don't know if that would be enough for. There have to be a few more titles to come out that are like of that quality to make me even consider getting something VR.
But I mean, clearly, like VR is getting better. It's getting there. It's not there yet.
Four of us gonna have to have it.
I won't buy it yet.
Yeah,
it
we'll
needs
get there.
A few more years. And with that too, like the systems will be better and cheaper, and it's like there are gonna be so many new systems to like keep up with like it getting better that it's just not worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's definitely like a future gaming.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah, it's definitely not a now
thingamabobber
platform. Oh, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, Sony, I'm excited for it. Like, please don't be a letdown. Don't be a Square Enix.
So this is going to be an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes and a Sony post show.
Oh, okay.
Just after.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. I think that was all listed in Pacific time.
Yeah.
You're on my team.
Oh lordy.
So I don't know. A Bloodborne 2 would be really cool. What is the Tsushima game? Rom, you seemed familiar with that.
I've heard about it. I just know it's done by Sucker Punch. I don't really know much about this game. Like, I didn't want to know a lot about it, I guess, beforehand.
Yeah. So okay. Well,
I kind of want to go but I kind of want to know now. But Sucker Punch has done things like Infamous, Sly Cooper, things like this, and then they're doing this new game. I have no idea.
Infamous Second Son. Yeah, I've got absolutely nothing. I hadn't even heard of that one.
Well, yeah. So how do we know the name, but nothing about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where the context lies for that. But like, when was it announced? Like, I don't.
Right.
Is it something that's been slowly leaked? Yeah. And I don't know. I have no idea.
It's a samurai thing. What do you guys want to see in chat? Like, what is your biggest thing that either you want to see, like you would hope to see, or like you know you're gonna see, you're hyped for? Last of Us, yeah, for
Last of Us 2, of course.
Yeah,
Last of Us is one of the best ones that I had ever played, despite A Green's total ubiquitous hatred for it.
Really?
Yeah.
How can you just hate that game? Like, I can understand like being.
A Greens, I didn't mean to create a panel of enemies. I'm so sorry.
A Greens, you have a lot of shit to answer for right now, right? Like, that game is really good.
I've got my /ban ready.
Yeah. So Spider-Man was something that I was seeing a lot when I was asking about E3 ahead of time. And I was like, I didn't know they're making the Spider-Man game, but apparently in conjunction with this big drive for Spider-Man in film over the last couple of movies. It's been a big one. A lot of people interested in that one. Not entirely sure why.
Gameplay.
Oh, you've seen it?
It looks. Yeah, I think they had it last year at E3. Actually, it looks really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like the last Spider-Man game was me. It was a long time ago too, but this one has a lot of people hyped.
It looks good.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Good. Maybe I'm just easy to please.
I mean, Death Stranding, we haven't seen any gameplay, right?
We really don't. We don't know what the hell that game is going to be.
Yeah, like what do you do?
A Kojima acid trip, you know, like that's all we know about that game.
Yeah.
Welcome to my Byzantine mind.
Right? Like, and I'm fine with this.
Like it clearly has like a creepy vibe. I just hope it's not like too horror-ish.
Like, it'll be like Dead Space-ish.
Like I could probably tolerate that. Like I don't know. Like I'm so interested, but if it's super super scary, it might be something I watch rather than play and watch you guys be scared.
And the baby.
Which kind of scary turns you off? Is it the jumps?
Spiders. That's what she does.
For me,
being chased.
Yeah.
Should I make a list? Being chased, spiders, like what is it? Like paranormal,
the spooks,
like
general
sloths.
So everything.
For Rom.
Sloths, I can't really say.
Adult sloths specifically.
Mutant giant like sloths. Like, let's take those out of the picture,
like,
please.
Outlast is a no. I couldn't get through Outlast.
For me, all the jump scares are
I'm
complete.
a baby.
It's so irrelevant.
The dark, honestly.
Tension. So
Like,
it's just all the
dark?
things. Like, you have a standard list of scary things. Those are the ones that Lowco hates.
Yeah. So anything that isn't sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a baby.
It's not for everyone.
It's not. I think it's perfectly legit. I think you're good to go.
I have to play Evil Within 2, I think. I have to attempt it.
Hey, that's a comedy game. You should be good to go.
It's fun. Yeah, it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
maybe for you guys, okay?
Oh.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I tried it in first person
though.
and it made it a little bit more terrifying, honestly. Evil Within 2.
You can play it first person?
It's first person?
Yeah. Like, there was a way that you could do it through console commands, and then the devs were like, you know what? Let's just put it in the game for real. So here you go. Like, some sections are a little bit weird, but for the most part, it works really well as a first person game.
That's awesome.
It adds a lot more tension because when you have that third person, it's like when you can see all around you, it takes away any tension or, immersion kind of, for me personally, into it. So when you can't see right behind you, I was always trying to look over my shoulder.
Right.
No,
because it becomes a mystery.
Yeah.
And a scary mystery.
You're just hearing
when you
stuff.
see that they're right there, you're like, but you're not like, woo! You're not clutching at your
balls. Right there from hot. Totally.
Yeah.
Like a horror game that scares me but also interests me, and I haven't finished it, is what's it called? It's like you're in the mansion and there's like paintings.
Layers of Fear?
Like, yes. Because it has
it's a great one.
A very
it's not really
interesting
that scary.
story. There's like, you want to know more about it, and that's why I kind of dig it. But I also really afraid of it, and like traumatized.
That one has like the interesting tension fears where you literally turn around and it's a different room.
It's
the same place that you were just in. And
I feel like it's more weird and psychological than anything. It's not really.
And that's much more my jam. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like, I still haven't played through it because I don't want to. I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, if I have to, I guess I'll play a little bit of it at a time. Like, I can do that like in chunks, but I can't sit and like play that game for 5 hours.
You're not gonna have like an 8-hour.
But like, I did Until Dawn. That scared me, but it wasn't unplayable. Like, I hated the running and stuff, but it was more like a murder type game though. Like that doesn't scare me. I love like murdering people. In games.
Oh.
Chat, you heard it here first.
I was waiting.
In video games. Until Dawn 2? Ooh.
Really?
Can we get a new Until
That was
Dawn?
Sony.
Awesome.
I would be into
It
that.
is Sony.
That would be awesome.
And there is fertile ground for that. Yeah.
Detroit,
totally.
because,
For sure.
dude, if that was announced tonight, whoa.
What?
Whoa.
What?
If they announced Until Dawn 2 or something,
That would be cool.
insanity.
Mm-hmm. I'd be into that. Well, and there's enough time that they could hypothetically announce it tonight and still release it for Halloween.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It'd be good timing.
Yeah. We've seen a couple of October and November announce releases.
I love this type of games. Like, when I played Detroit, I was like, dude, like Until Dawn and Quantum Break are like, if you like Detroit, you're gonna like these two games. Like
Until Detroit.
Until Detroit Break.
Uh-huh. All right, so what about theatricality? Like they can't repeat last year. Like we gonna have like a Cirque du Soleil kind of performance, or
for those of us who don't
swallowing?
remember, what would they do last year for E3?
They had like a live orchestra, didn't they?
That was killing it. Like I don't even remember who it was, but it was like real deal, high end, and they had. I really clearly remember the velvet curtains and the ropes, and they'd like unveil a new thing, and they'd have set up the stage, and they'd have, you know, everybody was like dressed to the nines and like fully ready to perform for the announcements. It was just like a really and like what we saw earlier today, right? For the Rabbids Mario thing, where they had the band that was performing live the soundtrack to the video, right? Like it was all perfectly timed in sequence. That's what they did last year with the live orchestra for like all their announcements. And it was
so cool.
Dude, it was freaking boss. It was primo. It was, yeah.
Maybe they have some functional sort of stage presence on like Microsoft, who had 800 Xboxes up there. And then like they did it for one presentation for Forza, and then like they never used any of that ever again. Yeah, it's just like, all right, cool. Well, I guess they had all these up there because they're trying to, you know, they had to sell Xboxes somehow, right? So like, just put them all up there. So hopefully they do something with their stage a little bit better. Yeah, I haven't been really enthralled by like any of the presentations, like stage presence, I guess, like with their actual like visuals, you know, or their presentation. Like, and I hope we get a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
a giant screen with some like lights or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a balance between like flashiness and theatrics, and like, okay, can you show us some gameplay? Because like that's at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. And like Microsoft didn't do anything crazy. Like, you know, they just rolled game trailers back and forth, and that was great. I was totally fine with that. Like, you know, they just had like 2 hours of games, so. Yeah. But I mean, I enjoy like, you know, a spectacle as long as it doesn't like clearly take away from the actual show itself.
Yeah, as long as it's not like 2 game trailers and then like this huge performance that's like just a distraction. It's like, what are you? The Electronics Expo, man. Yeah, that's true. But looking at Sony last year, I mean, like whoever it was that was in charge of organizing that, like they got a pay raise, and they've got to be back for E3 2018. Because if that's not the case, I'm gonna be disappointed. I hope I'm not too disappointed with Sony this year. I keep thinking about this. What they set up for me from last year, it's been swelling my heart. I just really want round 2 of that, but I don't know.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
That perfect first date. Then you go back for round 2 and it's like they're in PJs and like, you know, it's like I've shaved off like half my.
Oh, we got married. Okay.
Who even are you anymore? I don't know, man. Day drunk. Woo. Like, I don't want that.
I'm more hyped for Sony this year than I've ever been. I've played so many Sony PlayStation games in the last year more than ever. Like since I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, God of War, it's like one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. But like,
I completely agree. I think there are objective qualifications that put it there.
Absolutely.
But there were so many games last year.
Just my favorites.
Yeah, Persona 5 was really great, and
Horizon Zero Dawn in March.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite games of all time. And then you still have Until Dawn. The Last of Us, another one of my favorite RPGs of all time. But there's a lot of brilliance. And we're still looking at such a solid lineup too. The obvious ones. If nothing new comes out, I'm not going to be heartbroken. Like, because like we were talking about, it's like, where would you even fit it in? First of all, and two, you've got a bunch of great stuff already.
All right, we're on.
Is it starting?
Yeet.
This is like the first one that didn't have a countdown.
Just like boom.
They said they were gonna do it soon.
Oh yeah.
Refresh so we're all on the same page.
Sean Layden.
Yeah, I'll do a refresh. That didn't work at all.
A bit more town hall.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. And thank you for making the time tonight to come to church. This fulfills your obligation for the coming Sunday, for those of you who need to know that. But thank you for coming out. It's great to see the congregation as large as it is tonight under this single tent. And for those of you who may be a bit apprehensive because you remember that movie Kingsman.
Are you guys hearing this like crackling?
Yeah, and it's stuttering.
It end that way.
Yeah, and it's stuttering. I think it's
okay.
Yeah.
So, but no, again, thank you. And as you can see from this evening, here again at PlayStation, we've decided to mix it up a little bit in the way that we're doing our E3 presentation this year.
Called it PlayStation.
We look at what the stories we tell and the things that we want to impart to our fans here with us and their fans on the live feed worldwide. And that changes our design ideas around what we can do for this show. So tonight, we're going to have, rather than a bombardment of new creative, we're going to take all of you on a journey deeper into some of the key titles we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about them in a different way tonight, a deeper way, so you can learn about what's going on with these games and what's coming up in the future. What we look at here at Worldwide Studios with inside Sony Interactive Entertainment, we really want to take our love for gaming and make it sing very loudly. It's a gaming industry, it's sometimes called, but certainly inside our studios, we see gaming as a vocation. It's a calling. It's what we do. It's what we have to do.
Where's Day 9 to let him talk into his microphone?
Studios and designers, they have stories to tell and things they want to show you
and give him hugs.
places they'd like to take you. That's what we're trying to do here at PlayStation. This coming year is going to be all about those kind of games that we can deliver to you in a way that's going to blow your minds. And tonight, we're beginning here in this tent, this church tent we've created here in Los Angeles to let you start that journey with us and let us tell you our stories for the next hour or so. So without further ado, it is my great honor and my unique privilege to invite to the stage and introduce to you Gustavo Santaolalla.
People standing?
Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, yes.
Chills.
Wow, look at how many people have their smartphones out.
I know.
You know, under
Wow,
normal
looks like-
circumstances, it's bad enough to just look at the back of somebody's big dumb head, but now I have to like watch the thing through their phone.
No kidding.
Went back home, jumped into bed, 44 pistol under my head.
Oh. Okay, now that all makes sense. The imagery.
Oh, she has a badass tattoo now. I see you, girl.
I hate these things.
Tell me about it.
Your old man really laid into me today.
What happened?
Another big lecture about my patrols. Don't go here, don't go there. It's funny how involved it gets whenever you're scheduled to go out.
Yeah.
She's putting on quite the show.
I give you guys 2 weeks until you're back together.
Not gonna happen. She say something, dude?
Make it 1 week. Ellie! Hey! What took you so long? Oh, I'm here, aren't I?
FhaeLin?
Jesse.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
Yes, sir. Such a dick. Come on. Why don't you start with me? Okay, I have a very serious question for you. How bad do I smell?
Atrocious.
Like a hot pile of garbage? Oh. Okay. Oh. How about that? Gross. You love it.
Buddy's like losing in chat.
Every guy in this room is staring at you right now. Maybe they're staring at you. Or not. Maybe they're jealous of you. I'm just a girl, not a threat. Oh, Ellie. I think they should be terrified.
was happy for like 10 seconds.
Right. Just bring up.
Back to reality. So this is actual gameplay, not cinematic, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always forget that the first one was a remaster of a PS3 game, and now they finally have a full-blown PS4 game to work with.
They are rusted with sin. What is free? Oh shit! No! No!
Oh god. Is this guts?
I think it was just some sausage he had in his pocket.
This is making me tense.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's stealth gameplay.
Oh, I get it. So the audio popping is just clickers, right? That's what it's from? Like, that's the whole setup for it?
Yeah, that's it. Uh-huh.
Apparently this is only on the Twitch one. The Sony one's supposed to be better.
Yeah.
Really?
Whoa!
So this is when Faye ruins herself. Has to run away.
She went into the grass. Watch yourself.
Just kidding, I'm bad at stealth too.
Jansport backpack is putting in some work.
Yeah, I need that backpack.
Ethan.
What?
Wolf. She came through here. Damn it. Double back. Go.
Come take a peek under this one.
Ooh, shoot him
Right
right
in
in
the
the
knee.
toe. Oh.
Kneecap him. In the toe. Oh.
Unrealistic, didn't go in
Dang.
the face. 0 out of 10.
Motherfucker!
Ethan!
This stream is
Yeah.
having problems.
I have eyes!
Ooh. Oof.
This is a really cool sequence I'm going to play like 18 times.
So AI is just as dumb as the last one.
What? You could squeeze through that?
That is cool because normally that would be telling you that you can't by that arrangement.
I wonder the different pathings on like Grounded, because Grounded was always really difficult.
Damn. Wow. This is impressive.
His hammer got like stuck in that wall. Like.
Oh!
Oh boy.
Can't waste an arrow.
Ooh!
We did.
That transition.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of depth to that kiss.
He should be terrified.
Oh, her smile's so cute.
Oh, that was so cute.
I need this game like right now.
Like this second.
Aw.
Please give us a release date.
Where's Joel?
I guess we'd find out.
Now, like, this setting makes a lot of sense. Like, that was really cool. That was very thoughtful by Sony.
What an opener, dude.
I know.
That's very bold.
15 minutes?
Has it been? Wow.
That was... I mean, less than that. Okay,
That was
like
a
10 minutes.
new look at The Last of Us Part 2.
Was
We're
the
here
release date?
live in Los Angeles at the PlayStation E3 showcase. We're taking a quick intermission while folks move along to the next part of the experience. We'll have a little bit more to share on that later. And I am joined by my good friend, Ryan Clements.
Hello, Mr. Schumann.
How are you?
I'm good. It's such a pleasure to be here at the
year?
PlayStation Showcase. And it's going to be a huge night for Worldwide Studios a little later when the showcase resumes. And what better guest
Is it possible to try and switch
for
over to
joining
the
us about
other
Worldwide Studios
stream thing?
than the
I
chairman
don't know
of
how
Worldwide Studios, Mr. Sean
More
Layden.
if we're
Hello,
allowed to
sir.
do that.
Yeah, good to be here.
I thought you were just on stage. How did you get up here so
We
fast?
created this pneumatic
I mean, if
tube
it's
that I
the
was
same-
dropped
Gotta have
into
the
and
crash.
shot right
Listen.
across to the studio here.
I mean,
right
if it's the same, if it's showing the same thing.
Mine just went down
So
and came
very,
back up
uh,
again, and it's clear
yes.
now.
very powerful
fixed it.
start
Okay, I
for
think
our
we
E3
need to
program
hold
for this year.
on.
That's right. There's
For
much more to
that.
come, but I do want to zero
That was
in on The
good
Last of
stuff.
Us Part
I've got a
2
little
here
pull
just
at
for a
Twitch,
moment.
okay?
You know, as chairman of Worldwide Studios, you work very closely with Naughty Dog.
I mean, you're the face
These guys
of the app.
need no
I mean, I
introduction.
understand.
And I'm curious, from your
true.
perspective, where is their head at
I'm glad
when
they
it
did
comes
that.
to developing this game?
Where's their head at? I mean, they are everywhere. They're looking at what can do in the next iteration of the Last of Us series, and I think what we saw tonight, I mean, that piece of content was so impactful. I mean, the whole relationship between Ellie and Dina going into the combat sequence really shows that they're pulling out all the stops over at Naughty Dog, and they're going to have a very broad and ranging game that's not going to make you only only work at it as a player, but you're going to have to just think as a person what you're coming up against.
And I can't wait to see more of that. And that was first gameplay we saw there of The Last of Us Part 2, looking obviously incredible. And speaking of incredible, I mean, Worldwide Studios lately, I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Horizon, you had God of War, which needs no introduction, and Detroit Become Human. I mean, what is the secret, and what are you doing over there at Worldwide Studios? What's going on there?
The rule number one is do no harm, right? Right. In a lot of ways, my job is just to move the boulders out of the road to make sure that creative talent can get where they need to go. You know, provide backup, provide scope. You know, provide generalized, you know, advice about where we can take this as an industry and as a gaming culture. But honestly, we've got 13 studios worldwide. We try to give them as much creative control as possible and just help support them through to their vision. That's kind of what we've been trying to do here for the last dozen years or so with Worldwide Studios.
I
think
right
now,
they
certainly
showed
the
like a
PS4
good
era,
chunk of
you're seeing a lot of that coming into play right now.
That's great to hear that.
But
and
man,
you know, I mean, speaking about making fans happy, I mean, I think there's a question that I've been getting a whole lot, and it has to do with God of War. You know, this is a celebrated game. It's sold extremely well. It has a huge legion of fans. And one of the things I wanted to mention was, you know, I get a lot of tweets about New Game Plus. You know, is this something that you and Santa Monica Studio are evaluating for God of War?
You know, it's crazy. With the advent of social media, we get a lot of real-time feedback from the fans and the community, and we listen to that. And God knows my Twitter feed is filled up with a lot of stuff that we could talk about here and not talk about it all. But it's all important. We take it all seriously. And New Game Plus is something that came through really strong and really hard through that kind of feedback loop. And I'm happy to say today the teams are working on it. We should have some more updates on that. We'll put that through the blog, but it's going to happen.
Hey, here's some new footage of Spider-Man or something you guys haven't seen yet.
Finished God of War with a 2-year-old at home. That makes me very happy. I will somehow find more time. I will find time to get. He wasn't watching.
Okay, thank God.
I want to confirm that.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Asleep. But yeah, thank you so much, Sean. And it's great to hear that you and the amazing team at Santa Monica Studio are making that happen.
Hey, if we can create functionality and features, I love people spend more time in the worlds we build. That's by definition a good thing.
Excellent.
Fantastic. So New Game Plus, that is confirmed. That is coming to God of War. We'll have full details on PlayStation Plus shortly. We have a lot more to talk about too.
Yeah, and actually, Sean, I wanted to ask you about that. About a month ago, you did something a little bit out of the ordinary for our team, and you kind of came out and talked about the 4 main games that we would be highlighting tonight's PlayStation Showcase. I was wondering what the thought process was there.
Well, you know, every year we try to let the stories we have to tell design the experience we're going to create. And this year we felt that what we really want to do is take people on a journey deep into the content, deep into the 4 big pillar games that we're working on right now. And get them to see a bit more about the stories you're trying to tell and the way it's going to be expressed and what they get out of it. It's a really wide range of titles there, anything from The Last of Us 2, which you saw right now, through Death Stranding and Spider-Man and Ghost. So this year I wanted people to know that don't come here expecting to have some big flashy new idea come out or some big surprise come out. Come here and sit with us and walk with us as we get through to see the background stories and deep inside.
I was going to say the opposite.
And we do have a lot more coming from those Worldwide Studios games in the showcase later tonight.
Everything.
Any personal
if they know what they're doing well,
most excited about,
and they're just going to push forward with doing it well. I think the teams are really crushing it right across the board. But one thing I would say is there's one of the games we're having out today that will be playable in 3 months.
My mind.
And available in the stores, and that's our favorite web slinger,
of course,
Spider-Man. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight, and I think the folks at home should be happy with what they're going to get.
Awesome, thank you, Sean.
Sean, thank you so much for dropping by. Always a pleasure to trade notes with the chairman of Worldwide Studios.
It's great to see you guys. I'll head back to the pneumatic tube station.
All right, please do. And
wear the helmet.
We do have a lot more in store coming up just a few minutes as the E3 showcase continues. But in the meantime, we also have some other updates for you while we wait during this short intermission. So I say we kick it off with a look at the latest from the world of Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it's a mix and match here then.
Yeah.
It's good.
Has COD been talked about a lot this E3 at all? Really?
At all.
No, I think we've only really heard of like Gears of War. I didn't hear anything about COD.
Well, it's going on a journey.
20 FPS.
access
Yeah,
to
this is
backup
a
black
COD
maps
game.
in Call of Duty
Bullet
Black
drop.
Ops 3 only when you pre-order Call of
Yep.
Duty Black Ops 4 from PlayStation Store.
Welcome back. We are having the PlayStation E3
this is already
showcase
a roller
kicking off in just
coaster.
a few more
The
minutes. We're
highs
in a
of
short
The
intermission
Last of Us
period here,
2,
but we've
and
got
then-
some good stuff to talk about. And we've got some good friends as well.
Yeah.
Meredith Molinari and Ramon Russell. Welcome.
What's happening?
That's
Good
right.
to have you guys back.
It's good to be back.
here,
Friendly
yeah.
faces right before the showcase.
Absolutely.
Yeah, excellent.
So I say we keep this moving here. And when it comes to Call of Duty, we know that a bunch of remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are making their way to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 this October on launch day. But what we just learned here is that those maps, those classic maps, are coming to Black Ops 3 as well for those who pre-order Black Ops 4 on PlayStation Store.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. But what if I don't own Call of Duty Black Ops 3?
I don't.
Well, that's where it gets a little more interesting, my friend.
Oh.
So tonight,
planned it.
we are actually doing a surprise PlayStation Plus game drop, and that is going to be Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is coming to PlayStation Plus later
So
tonight.
if you pre-order
that's awesome.
Black Ops
Yes,
4,
very nice. This is why I
you
love
get
E3 because
maps
not only
that's
do we
gonna
get to
be
share
in
awesome
Black
news
Ops
with our
3.
audience, but PlayStation Plus subscribers get a little treat.
Get a little extra
little tasty treat.
That's kind of
little
weird.
mid E3 supply drop for
Yeah,
you there.
there you go. Perfect.
You know, we've been sharing a
But
lot
they're
of
old
good
maps
news. We got to
from Black
share
Ops 1 and
5
2.
From
really
1 and
cool
2.
announcements. Last
But
week
one
we did our
plus two
countdown,
is
kind of
3.
ramping up for
If
tonight's
you
big
pre-order
showcase.
4.
Okay.
That's right. We had the countdown to E3, and that was 5 game
it's in 4
reveals
too.
and updates over a span of 5 days. A lot of great stuff announced. Let's take a quick look back at the highlights.
But only if you pre-order it? I don't know.
Good thing I'm not pre-ordering, so I don't have to worry.
Oh, they're promoting PlayStation VR.
There it is.
What?
Tetris?
Tetris VR?
Yeah,
He's
Days
gone.
What is this?
That's my question.
I have to figure out what happened. Okay, wake up. Focus. Remember. From the creators of
Are you gonna
Feed
explain
and
that one?
Flipping Death.
Look like you've seen a ghost.
What is going on right now?
Comes a heartfelt
I guess they're just
story.
showing like quick
VR.
clips of everything.
Yeah.
Really? Who are you?
So cute.
This looks fun.
Welcome back. We're just a few minutes away from the E3 PlayStation Showcase. I mean, when I say a few minutes, I mean we're really So let's keep moving here. There was a lot of great stuff here. Oh, and we could see the crowd is seated. The people are about ready to go. This show's about to continue, about to,
All right, now
to
take
move
us
into the
over
big
there.
event.
Yeah, it was great to see the countdown stuff, but I do think that there's like maybe one more thing we can sneak in there before we cut our way to the showcase. What do you think? You
Yeah,
think so?
let's squeeze it in. Let's squeeze it in.
squeeze it in.
Okay, so this next franchise boasts a huge loyal community of nearly 6 billion hours. Incredible stat.
Yeah, they play that so much.
A lot.
They do.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a first look at the next chapter right now.
Destiny?
A lonesome star in a bitter sky. I hear the
Glad they squeezed this one in.
ghosts calling out in the night. Just a couple victims of this prize. Am I strong enough to let things just die? Just to keep a spark alive. But if there's Why can't I leave well enough alone and go to the light?
Yeah, that was a
Now they
powerful
gotta
new
do a
look
ton
at
of work to
Destiny
impress
2.
me.
Forsaken is coming out September 4th on PS4. A lot of great enhancements and content for that one. And
yeah, it looks really good. There's a lot of buzz about that Gambit mode coming up. And guess what? If you're at E3, you can play it at our booth.
not too bad.
But
not too bad.
There's barely any time because we're about to get to the showcase.
That's right. We are really seconds away when it comes down to it from the rest of PlayStation's E3 showcase. Thank you so much for watching. We've got a lot more in store tonight. But for now,
I think it's almost time.
I think it's almost time. Should we get to it?
I think why keep people waiting? Let's get to it. We have so much more to cover.
How long is it going to be?
We've got a lot
Almost
more
time,
in
man.
store. So let's check it out live right now.
Oh, it's time.
Almost.
Neo. Or this is the ghost of Shishimi.
That'd be my guess.
Sounds so beautiful.
Our next peripheral, the Sony Reed Flute.
I'd buy it.
Pre-ordered today.
Comes out February 22nd.
This sounds familiar.
Based in Canada.
Temple's close.
It is gorgeous, though, so far.
Absolutely.
I want to like lay in the grass with this wind. Okay, maybe not.
A couple people laying in the grass.
Yeah. Maybe not. Wow.
Oh dear.
Dude, my allergies perking up just looking at that.
Nobu, come! Where are they? Bastards! Enough! Who's next, samurai? Arshoneg, Artsan Gesh Podos Batsium! Nit Urquai Minich!
Damn! Damn! Hot damn! Woo!
Got some blood coming from the rear.
Perfect parry.
Oh.
So is this like, is there no like UI? Like, is this how it looks?
I don't know.
Because in Last of Us they showed the UI, so is this how it is?
Getting like a really big Witcher vibe from this game, with like better
Jin.
combat though.
You're late.
You're impatient. Where's the monk?
The bastards beat me to him. Now they're torturing him at the temple.
Come on.
I hope there's no
Listen to
UI.
Monk's
This is
hero.
beautiful.
We need him, Masako.
It's conceivable that they could make a game like this with no UI. And it might not be a bad time for it either. But a ton of Dark Souls stuff and
Remember Sago
Monster
Bridge?
Hunter and Dauntless.
Quietly. They killed the monk.
They did it right, it'd be great, because I know God of War was designed to be in a cinematic mode as well. They give you enough contextual things with audio and stuff, so you don't have to play with the UI.
Yeah, you can also pause for a map and stuff anyway too.
Yeah.
I'll guard the exits. Just get that monk.
Oh wow. Oh, that's cool.
En Amaranga Husis Magic. Niba Ulos. Chuni rock doth sushi mag. I had stuffed aflopan. Please, I do not understand. Uldathwi, chamagotun hami. Usmi che avensakt. Chi obelatno.
Wow.
I just love seeing all these games taking examples from
Oh, that is sick.
Wow.
Take examples from what?
Like taking
Called
examples from each other.
reinforcements.
There's like so much
We have
like
to move.
Assassin's Creed influence and like so many different games.
Yeah, those chains executions there.
Yeah.
Masako!
Stand aside, Jin. You betrayed my family.
Run! If we fight, the Mongols win.
They already won.
Oh, dang.
You were my friend.
Give me luck.
No.
This combat looks good.
Mm-hmm. You hear them coming? That's our enemy.
Not sure how this works though.
This is so intense.
Does the actual game have this fixed camera for this scene alone, and how do you adjust that?
It might be in like the serious like story 1v1 fights like this. In which case I'm for it.
I'm into it.
I'm into that.
Yes.
Yes, yes, indeed.
That proves itself.
Did I miss the release date on that game too? Or was there none?
I didn't see any. Is this a banana playing the guitar?
Please be some sort of rhythm game. I need one.
The oldest house is a shifting place. There are rules and rituals. You can keep traveling deeper.
Holy crap.
Again, interested. Ooh, 505.
Is that a review?
Nice. 2019.
Control Night 2019.
Anybody there? Something's not right.
I don't like this. I guess one.
Relax. You can't be here. I'm putting you under arrest. Stay back, sir! I've got this! Officer, you need help? What are you doing? Get off! No! Get off of me!
Oh, God! Oh! Oh! Oh my God!
Jesus Christ.
Money's in my account. Always a pleasure.
Attention, all citizens. Due to the citywide outbreak.
And don't make my mistake. If you see one of those things, uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
Whatever it takes to save this city.
Surprised you made it this far.
Need info on my extraction. Survival's your responsibility.
God damn it.
Will you help me?
Of course. It's an impressive display of strength. But we never meant for this to happen.
It's coming. It's coming back.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Let's go!
Yes!
So is this going to be my first Resident Evil game?
You haven't played
Oh
the
my
first?
God.
Wait, you played none of them?
Did you see my face that whole time? I was like,
I know, but like I didn't know you never. I thought you were
That's why.
you were just interested.
Because I've got nothing.
Dude, RE1 remaster was so well done too. So
That was remastered? I missed everything, man.
Resident Evil 7's really good too.
I've never played them. What is that? The newer?
Yeah,
that's
Resident Evil
the
7's
new
the
one.
new one.
A lot of.
Oh, God.
I was borderline on playing.
It's not the
that
same
one.
at all, though.
Yeah, no, it's
But I
not.
think that's why it was interesting to me, because it seemed like a fresh thing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bathtub Guy, and we're here at E3 to take some looks at this new game I'm
Justin
about to
Roiland?
show you right now. Trover Saves the Universe. Let's give it a look. Oh, whoa, there's some action platforming stuff in this little piece of shit. I'm the bathtub guy. I'm always in my bathtub, but, you know, that's not about me right now. It's about this game. Whoa, look at that. That's exciting footage I just saw. Oh, I'm playing it right now. Look at me. I'm a cool cucumber over here playing this cool game. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, somebody call 711 because that's the emergency dial number for this in this weird part of the galaxy because this is a sci-fi based thing. Help! He's got electrocuted.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
VR game.
Dang, it was Trevor in the what?
Saves the universe.
Saves the
Oh,
universe.
Trevor saved the universe. I mean, that seems interesting. We didn't see much, but.
Ho, a pirate's life for me.
Oh?
Why are you so happy?
'Cause we get to be pirates again.
Yep, you always did like this world.
Still, it's a real shame we don't have a bigger ship.
Yeah, this is new.
Yeah, I was
Oh, this
gonna
is
say,
awesome.
we didn't see this
If you really wanted Kingdom Hearts 3 coverage, you got it this E3.
Heck yes.
Dude, wait, what?
Dude, what is all this?
Like, I could get into this.
Question mark? Oh my god, this is gonna be amazing.
Well, this makes it look more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just play this part of it?
Just chapter selected.
Yeah, exactly.
You back in the organization?
Yes. Surprising, isn't it?
Jack, don't you give this creep the time of day.
Sora, stand down. It's the code. Mustn't strike a pirate aboard ship when said pirate offers to confabulate.
I am looking for a box.
Get them!
Sora!
They have come for us.
Wait!
Oh no!
Stop! Farewell.
Arendelle is safer with me staying up here.
Oh,
Please, go away.
And the unversed collected enough screams and sadness from those children.
Yeah, and the whole time they were trashing our company in the process!
You're following her.
Maybe she's one of the 7 pure lights we need. The new 7 hearts.
Now, set your heart free. And at the end, you'll finally realize what destiny has in store for you. In fact, your reward might be right around the corner.
Hey, Axel.
Huh? Hey, liking the look. Cut your hair, too.
All right, new trailer. I'm down.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, I need to play these.
2. Is that 2.8? Like,
Yeah, there's 2.8.
I can't. I could never keep up. Like with the amount of like remasters and remixes and. I'm intrigued for that game. I want to know more about that one.
Oh,
that rhythm game.
That's Stranding.
Oh,
it's gotta be death.
All right, here we go, guys.
All right, is this gonna be Birth of Baby?
Here we go.
Norman Reedus poops out a baby.
The
It's,
man of believers.
Perfectly
Tears.
tied into Kingdom Hearts.
Chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me. What's your level?
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
A silent, faulty feeling. A silent fault. A silent, faulty feeling. A silent fault. I sigh and fall to the ceiling. I sigh and run to the kneeling. A silence for the feeling.
You guys gotta be in shape.
Ran out of all the meaning. I ran out of. It's hard.
this world? Like, what the heck?
Into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timefall fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Chiralium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
Bite a day keeps the time fall away.
You're
too late. You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
Dude. I think during that toenail scene, all of us looked away.
That's hard to watch.
That was amazing.
Neo?
Neo.
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 Oh my god!
Neo 2 for real!
Oh my god! Yes. Oh my god. Wow.
Wow.
Dude, Neo is like Samurai Dark Souls before Dark Souls made a Samurai Dark Souls.
The grinding.
The raft is secure, but I can't reach them over radio. Their comms must be down. What's your status?
Already here.
Ooh.
Yuri? I thought you said it was secure.
It was. Let's go. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
Love the optimism. But in my experience, when it looks bad, it's usually worse. Look out! Yuri!
I'm slipping!
Gotcha. Hold on! You okay?
Yeah.
Welcome to the party! Just in time for the fireworks! Looks like we made parole, boys! I'm out!
Electro? Why is he letting everyone out?
I'll head for the main control center and see how bad the situation is.
Got it. I'll go join the party. Everyone just quietly go back into your cells and lock the door behind you. Okay?
Wow, I like that.
Fighter! Get him down here!
Like fish in a barrel.
Catastrophic event detected.
Could have started with that one.
Oh, hi, Rhino.
Hope you like surprise, Spider.
Surprise? What is he talking about?
No, supplies.
Hey,
Me? Just trapped in a prison with every criminal I've put away in the last 8 years. No biggie.
Electro must be working for someone.
This is too good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was business.
Charge him! Don't let up!
Lost you for a second there. You okay?
Not really. Electro, Rhino, and now Scorpion are all on the loose. What's going on in the rest of the prison?
Camera system's almost up. I'll give you a sit rep soon.
Okay, I'll keep tracking Electro.
I know this like fighting style is kind of getting repetitive and almost a little outdated at this point, but I still find them really fun. So
I feel like it needs to distance itself from the
Come on,
not
Spider-Man.
great
I thought
Marvel
this
games.
was a chase.
I was thinking from my youth.
Okay. Stop this guy.
I still feel like I'm plague bite in my own head. Nobody else seems to.
Yeah, this is where I got to see the web swinging. Like, that's what I want to see.
If you tell me who you're working for, I'll go easy on you. Can't stop it. But I'm flattered that you still try. Nobody ever takes me up on that offer. Gotcha. Vulture!
Long time no see. We're going to have so much fun.
Sorry, no time to talk.
Okay, I got the security cameras back online.
How's it look?
Well, it looks like the entire population of the raft has escaped. That makes 5 of your worst enemies that are now on the loose.
For a second there, I thought you were serious.
I am serious.
His voice acting's not very convincing. Haha, I thought you were serious.
I feel like that's like the charm of like Marvel stuff. Kind of like with like Final Fantasy and whatnot.
Keep chasing. Party's almost over. Electro, stop! How do you like my new suit? Dashing. Where'd you get it? It's an exclusive club.
Remember, he said not to kill him.
Good idea. In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
We definitely want to.
Ellie. I think they should be terrified of you.
You do not hesitate.
That was short. Is that it? Like...
That was the PlayStation E3 showcase.
What?
A lot to take in. There was a ton of great worldwide studios titles. We actually got a little more to share here coming right up. We're going to have first live gameplay of Marvel's Spider-Man right here, just a couple of minutes. We have a new game to announce. We have some other stuff to talk about too. What a show.
A new game.
Oh my
announced.
God.
Why didn't they
Pop
come
highlights,
out
go.
and talk about it?
There's no time.
Oh my goodness, Ghost of Tsushima looked absolutely incredible. That color palette was insane. Yeah.
You know, it
Did
was
you
really
grow up with
insane
Samurai
for lack
movies?
of
Absolutely.
like any
Yeah,
sort of
ready.
release timetable.
I'm ready.
for
Sucker
these
punch.
games.
Thank you.
Anything
I
else?
have-
Meredith.
Oh,
The only
Resident Evil
thing I
2.
saw
Come on,
was
R2. That
2019.
looks so good. I know a lot of us fans have been waiting for that.
What'd you say?
The only one I saw was like Kingdom Hearts, which was the 29th of January.
Oh, a Control said 2019, but it didn't give any other clarification.
Right.
So we can assume like 2020 for the rest of those games at that point, if they're not willing to put a release date on them almost.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
We did get RE2 coming out at the beginning of next year as well.
I mean,
Yes,
Spider-Man
they said
did not impress
2019,
me.
but I don't think they gave a specific
Right?
time frame. So that could be late 2019, that could be mid 2019, that could be January.
I'm
Spider-Man-
hoping that they... Go on.
I just wanted to talk about Spider-Man because it's the last thing that just happened. And
Okay.
Oh, you know, RE2
what did you guys feel
as well.
about that?
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
No,
They like leaked, or like I don't know if they leaked, but they showed like a lot of like the web slinging through the city, and I thought there would be a lot more like expansive gameplay. We'd probably learn more about it instead of I guess they wanted to they've done that before, so they wanted to give a story, but it's like
I guess we'll see the active gameplay here in a minute.
Okay.
Right? I think
I
they
know.
said that's one of the things that's coming up is like we'll get to see them actually playing the game live. So there's that.
I mean,
I'm gonna play it.
I'm gonna play it, but that did not impress me. Like, it didn't
I'm not
scare
impressed
me
now.
away, but the writing and the voice acting.
Well, see, for me, those are the
so-
only things that'll get me in.
But it was
That
kind of like
drew you
Arkham
in?
Asylum almost, where it was like, oh, all your enemies have just been released. Now you have to take them all down.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, this game's already been done already, but now we just reskinned it with Spider-Man. Once again, I'll still play it, but it's just like, can we do a little something extra different, maybe?
I don't know. I
like
cringe for me.
Yeah, I like quippy Spider-Man, but it was like the quips were like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. What are they showing here?
From
Is this new?
software.
Is this new?
Aren't you excited? You're going to be a fairy
Oh, the voice acting.
Yes. And live in the world where time stands still. Where nobody can see what you're up to ever again.
This is not Sekiro. Embarrassing.
Okay, Decine, that's From Software's new title coming to PlayStation VR. Quite a departure, very artistic.
Oh.
Still don't know a ton about how it
VR.
actually plays yet,
Oh, it's
but
VR.
certainly a compelling
Aw.
debut, I would say. And speaking of compelling, let's get to that
wouldn't say
Spider-Man.
that's compelling
It is
anyway.
time.
We have
Making it compelling. Let me mute the stream.
I feel like a lot of these people don't know what these words mean.
Well, they're not going to be like, oh, well, speaking of not compelling, let's talk about how boring Spider-Man was.
FromSoft's been
That's
doing a
true.
lot of stuff lately, though. It's interesting to see them branch out.
We're getting that they're bringing back the Mega Wolf Doom suit one.
Yeah, they're taking part in that too. So,
which is interesting. And then of course the new IP itself, and then this
whatever
thing.
this is, yeah.
And contrary to our expectations, it's a VR thing. They said
doing VR.
Uh-huh.
They listed some VR games earlier in the show as well. They went through them so fast though, but they're doing more VR stuff. I mean, they didn't really promote it that much though. Like, they didn't really push it. I feel like they need to. But I don't know. Neo 2 is a total surprise. I
thought everybody was joking. I thought everyone was joking. Like,
dude, Neo 2 has like 70 plus hours of story. Like, I played 50 hours of the game and I did not finish. I was like,
I never
crap.
finished Neo.
Like,
it's just like so much with the side quests and everything.
It's good though. It's all good, but like, oh my god,
too grindy.
When is too much, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some people like that. And I did find Neo to be extraordinarily charming, and I loved the atmosphere and the setting and everything. But I feel like in terms of how they formatted it, they kind of bombed it a little, at least in terms of like what I typically like. So I don't know.
I thought it was really solid. I mean, I liked it. To me, it was like a Samurai Dark Souls, and
yeah,
I guess
the instances and like the quests, how they formatted it was kind of weird. I don't know.
It was
Maybe
different,
I guess
for sure.
just too used to Dark Souls stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I mean, it's more so just like the fighting, like especially like the
really
bosses.
enjoyed the combat of that game.
Yes.
I did not enjoy the grinding, the going back, trying to get drops, and constantly having to worry about trying to make that leap to the next like stage or whatever that you're going to. That was the thing that really detracted from me, and eventually I had to just stop playing it because I was sick of the repetitious grind.
Absolutely. That's why I ended up stopping. I loved the combat, but it was just couldn't grab me because of having to grind and like the item system and everything like that. I didn't touch the blacksmith the entire time. I was like, this is just not what I want.
Yeah,
bosses are really neat though.
Yeah, the bosses were cool. But
so Neo 2 already, I'm surprised. I'm excited. I'm down. I think they're gonna wait.
What they're gonna do?
I think they're gonna wait until after Sekiro comes out. I mean, they didn't even have a date for it, so it's gotta be like 2020. Yeah, Sekiro's 2019, so this one is probably late 2019 or 2020. Kingdom Hearts 3, we got to see new stuff, which I enjoyed. We got to see the Pirates of the Caribbean part of it, which looked really cool. Like the ship combat.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Little naval fighting. And a little like air fighting too. There was like you like jumped on a little ship or something.
No, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in a really long time. Like I played the first one when it first came out. I can't are they like world based? Is that how it is? So like the Pirates of the Caribbean will be like an entire like chapter, like world, or like
it's its own world, yeah.
I think that's how that works, yeah.
Did they say how long the gameplay for Spider-Man was going to be?
Like
as long as it takes to get them to the next venue, probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
think they're showing a little bit more.
I'm more intrigued by the combat now, seeing it here in like live.
Yeah.
This looks a lot more engaging and a lot more interesting.
A lot of environmental.
Yeah, exactly. And especially in a very open atmosphere. I think the thing I was talking about before is like having to, in my head, distance themselves from from older Marvel games that I remember playing and being disappointed with perpetually. Is they're always very limited environments. And so seeing him work down the hallways and stuff and having to follow the boss, it seemed like it was yet again another very close, like it's a very small environment. And seeing all of this, like you can see the world that he was just at will flying through, figuratively flying through. And then getting into this like really like the really diverse combat, admittedly with the limited tool set that he has, but it looks really cool. A lot of environmental engagement, a bunch of different skills that he has and ways that he can use them. And a lot of complexity to that too, like taking one dude, throwing him into another dude, parts of the environment, using them to wrap people into and lock them down. A lot of that kind of stuff could be really cool, especially as a streamer, is like, what's the crazy stuff that we can pull off? Like, if you give ourselves like a weird little challenge to,
How many times can you miss like a web sling and just like fall to your death?
Oh, that would be.
That's gonna be my highlights.
Well, but even then, like we did just see him like land in the middle of the street. I was surprised. I don't know if you saw me. I was like, so he landed and like crushed the.
Oh yeah, because he took no damage, right?
Yeah, I was like, what is it? Like normally he would be locking it in, but I guess they left that open for the player to do exactly that. You miss your connection. You miss your connecting flight. You're still fine.
See, okay, seeing the map and stuff like this is more appealing.
Is fixing the feeling I was having slightly.
I think this is cool.
The open world aspects.
They did such a good job with the camera like floating behind him as he's like going through, making it feel really fast. Yeah. You can feel the momentum.
Exactly. Oh, my roof computer.
Of course.
You don't have one of those? Like I have a 3 streaming setup, but my other one's on my roof, man. Like, that's what you got to do. Next level.
That's how you got to keep it cool, Who needs liquid cooling?
Open Ire Libre.
So this is gonna be like, this seems like it's gonna be typical open world things, like a Far Cry or a GTA, where there's like missions in different spots and challenges and like here's the story, and here's some side stuff.
The movement kind of reminds me of Nier Automata for some reason.
I can see that. He hates laptops though, really, like a lot.
Yeah,
roof computer's fine, laptops.
Roof computer's fine. That's like a fixed. Yeah. It's like I'm the only thing that can be mobile around here, around these parts.
I don't know, like the conference. I mean, first of all, like the transitioning thing, there was like literally no point to that because the rest of the conference was in like the next room.
Yeah.
Like they could have they honestly didn't have like that
they
whole
didn't have
like
to have different venues.
Moving thing. It's like I get their idea, but it didn't really work logistically. Like, because they didn't really do much in between, anyways. It was just like there was just no point.
Yeah,
so that I didn't like, and then I liked all the trailers they were showing. They showed some cool stuff.
I mean, it might be nice for the people who are actually at E3 because they're swapping venues, they're getting to stretch their legs in between. But like as a whole for this,
that's a tiny percentage of the audience.
That's what I'm saying. And like honestly, I could care less about the commentation in between that's not on the stage, I don't know. I feel like the PC Gamer one was done really, really well with their hosts. This is just kind of like we're sitting here, everybody else is over there, and it's not really that engaging for me.
I like seeing a lot of graybeards in the audience. My boys.
Salt and pepper.
finally got to see a little bit of like Death Stranding, like what it actually is instead of a trailer, which is kind of interesting.
What did you guys
And
make of
still
that?
successfully have absolutely no idea what it's about.
We're a UPS guy, I guess. Like that's like delivering babies and like corpses and boxes and like this weird like River Styx thing in the world going on. A lot of like references to hands throughout the entire thing as well. No one was like touching each other, which was kind of I found interesting as well. Like I said before at the start, I'm gonna have to watch that thing like 5 times to like.
I really want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I want to see like everyone's analysis too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks cool. It looks a little spooky, but
I mean, I think it is what I'm seeing from that game. It's a reflection of some of my all-time favorite films. So I'm super invested in this already. I don't have to know anything to want to explore everything about it and be confused the entire time until I finish the game and then play it 3 more times and then kind of have like 2 answers. That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah. So this is Ghost of Tsushima, and this looks really cool. Like, seems like we're getting a lot of samurai games lately.
I was gonna say a lot of them are like East Asian and stuff like that. Lots of like the Japanese culture and everything.
Yeah.
For Honor, we got
China, right?
Yeah, we got Three Kingdoms Warriors look like, which is cool. We've got Neo 2. We've got the other FromSoft one. Obviously, this one.
Oh, this is Mongolian as well?
It said something, yeah. Well, no, it said Mongol invasion.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Which I don't know how that gets positioned.
Yeah, I'm. They didn't put a date on this though.
No.
Nope.
They put a year.
China-ish.
See, that's the thing. It's like all the stuff is like so far in the future.
Okay, I thought
Like,
so.
are
So
we
Japanese being invaded by the Mongols?
Yeah. I look at I'm very, 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 very bad at remembering how companies and publishers and developers' histories work. So I don't know what they've done with giving us a date for Horizon Zero Dawn, with giving us a date for The Last of Us, with giving us a date for God of War, from when they announced it and teased it and showed us stuff repeatedly. Like, were some of those, did they finally give it to us like 3 months out? Because if that's the case, then I could be like, well, they could come out whenever the hell they want with some of these. But if they've kind of consistently been like, we tell you a year and a half in advance, then that would safely, they're just continuously teasing us with this. And if they're making them perfect, then they've got a great track history recently, so I'm okay with that. But it's not as happy making. Like we kind of want a little bit of it, especially since it looks so good.
I do feel like I know that I'm personally holding PlayStation to a higher standard because of what they've been putting out the past few years. I feel like my expectation for this was purposefully like higher than maybe other conferences.
Mongol invasion of Japan's 1274 and 1281, just for everybody in chat.
Okay, so it is Japanese. Yes. Okay.
I pulled it out of my head for the record.
Yeah.
Very confused.
Sure.
Because some people are saying it's China, but I was like, I'm pretty sure it was Japanese voice acting.
Yeah, I mean, it could have. Yeah, it was real.
Tsushima's definitely Japanese. Yes. Okay. So it is Japan. Throwing me off Twitch chat.
That's definitely taking place in Japan. Like whether or not they could have done like a historical rewrite or something, it's for them.
Yeah.
The fictional.
But
like,
this
that
does
kind of
not
stuff's
fit
possible.
my historical immersion.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we go there?
Maybe that's like what they walk through to get to the next stage. Man, Resident Evil 2.
Ah.
That is awesome.
I like how the two of us were just like...
Like Resident Evil games, like I don't like. I just vaguely remember playing them as a kid, like with my brother, and I'm excited.
I missed all that.
It looks so good. They have a remaster. Is it a remaster of the first one?
No.
Or is it just a
complete remake?
A remake? Is it a remake? Either way,
I mean, they've been talking about a remake for a very long time too.
Yeah.
Like there's been screenshots floating around for years.
For the first one?
For two.
For two.
Like right after one got done, there was like, hey, we're kind of hinting at doing two. And here are some screenshots. But that was a long time ago. So I would be inclined to say it is a remake. So
yeah. Oh, they're saying it's a remake for RE1 as well. So Hunter, that remake is pretty good. The camera angles are a little like weird because it's a Resident Evil.
Not as weird as the original.
Well, yeah, but it's great and you should play it because
really,
it's an amazing story. It's so good. Resident Evil games are fantastic.
Okay.
The controls are a bit dated, but like they updated the tank controls a little bit. But that's like I kind of get nostalgia for like the old tank controls, but
I don't. For those of you who don't
then you
know,
should play 7 then. Like 7 is completely different.
Super allergic to retro anything. Like even if I loved it previously, I get back and play it and I hate it.
Well, then just watch a what is it? Just watch a playthrough of it.
Are y'all gonna be playing it? Like before RE2, for instance?
I didn't play the first one myself. I watched my brother play it years ago, so I'm probably gonna do that. Probably. RE4 is a great one. Yeah, that might be a fun one to start on.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
I think this is that Dreams game that they like alluded to the entire time.
Please tell me this isn't the new game that they were just talking about. I mean, I would play the hell out of this, but
even if you don't think that you're a game creator, even if you've never thought about game designing, if you've played games, you can do this. If you can play a platform game, if you can play our story, then you can do this. You can create your own, you can upload, and then you can share incredible levels in like 10 minutes. We're doing a demo this week at E3 where we create gameplay for a whole level in like 20 minutes, including music. You can compose your own music, you can do the gameplay, you can animate, you can record voiceovers. The whole thing on a PlayStation.
And just to clarify, sorry to interrupt, is this 2 people both playing at once?
Yeah, it's co-op, so we're showing the co-op gameplay.
Multiple controllers, you can jam together, and it's quite funny because one of you can be testing and then another one can be getting the jump height right or whatever it is.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
I just love Dreams, and I literally haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah, well, come over.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
But the idea really has been like what you're seeing is really this easy nature of just like picking and placing, because I think one of the things that sometimes people get a bit scared of like the idea of the blank canvas, but actually what I love about Dreams is it's just this idea of just choice. Like every day people make choices. You put your clothes on, you might choose where you put a poster in your bedroom, and Dreams is very like that. All you're really doing is like here you're seeing like this sort of Instagram effect. You can take a scene and be able to very quickly change it so that it looks really different, and you're adding your own mark.
And then the pièce de résistance is that all of this stuff which gets made gets uploaded. So
is it like
and if you just want to sit back on your sofa and enjoy an unending stream of madness of the PlayStation 4 players' creations, you can, and we sort of present it to you in a stream of who knows what it's going to be like. I mean, that's what's so exciting. You know, the beta is coming this year, so we will be starting to see what the creativity of PlayStation gamers really means for Dreams.
That's excellent. So beta coming this year for Dreams.
That's right.
And you know, I've said this before, I'll say it again about Dreams. In my maybe 20 years of being in the industry, I've never seen anything so
thank you.
Just innovative and progressive and just potentially just game changing. So
thank you.
Hats off to you. I mean, it must have been an absolute labor of love.
It
really is. Yeah,
it's the molecule's gone mad.
It is. Yeah, and big cheers to the team. We've gone mad. Big cheers to the team back home, because you know people have really put their hearts and souls into Dreams to really get it to the point where you are moving between these different disciplines. And right now we have a studio that jams together in a way they've never jammed together before. We have like musicians actually just jamming with animators to actually make animation.
Anyways,
I think that's one of the things we're really starting to see is these different workflows.
I'm gonna turn it down again.
And that just, you know, that
seems interesting. It's called Dreams. Dreams.
It looks cute.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in that than Spider-Man or Resident Evil.
So did anything stick out to you, Hunter?
Overall?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the bizarreness. I feel like I get like this with poetry, art, film, plastic arts. I feel like I need to process Death Stranding. Like it was like getting inside my head as I was watching, and cogs and wheels were turning and gears were on the and I keep thinking about it as we're watching other stuff. I keep finding myself like kind of floating off into distracted land and thinking back into some of the things that were not really revealed, but it felt like a living world that none of us understood. Like trying to explain anything before the scientific method. You know, you're fabricating myths and, you know, inventing gods and whole pantheons and magic and so on.
An entirely different universe, honestly.
Yeah, that's looking at what that is. Talk about standing out. In terms of gameplay, super about the sushi game.
Sushi game.
I can't remember what it's called ever. Was it?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. Really want to get into the gameplay of that one. In part because I want some questions answered too. Like UI, that was what a bunch of us were like, what is that? Are there menus where you can be like getting in and like crafting, you know, potions, whatever? I don't know. Is it could it be like a roguelite in a certain way? Is a lot of stuff that's a lot of mysteries for me because I didn't even know that game existed until today. That it was going to be a thing. And the camera for that sort of boss fight setup, which is understandable how it could, like you were saying, restructure the camera system for just big fights, where the rest of the time you're fighting a bunch of dudes. It's like the normal camera that's back behind the character, third person.
I think that dynamic camera would be such a cool and unique aspect to that game if they do it in the way that it appears that they are going to. And honestly, like you were saying, the UI stuff, I really, really hope they're going to like, at least allow you to have an option to omit it, because that game looks like you can seriously get lost in it. Genuinely speaking, it looks so good. The art is beautiful. The ambience, like...
immersion.
I want it to be an open world RPG.
No.
Yeah. It's got a direct storyline.
Like, okay, I can see that, but I kind of want it, like when I said like it kind of looks like The Witcher, I kind of want it done in that way where I only have a limited world, so they can kind of direct me where to go a little bit. Sometimes when it's too big, RPG. It's almost it's too overwhelming for me personally.
I mean, that's what Witcher 3 is, though.
Yeah, you're right. When it gets towards the end, I'm like not against a little bit more linear. So I don't know if they just set it up that way because it looked really open world right away, and then we were kind of directed into that one side. You know, it's like, oh, come help us over here. So I don't know if it was dynamic or how that was.
I'm not sure how much of right. It's hard to tell like how much of that was like, you know, cinematic.
And like the kind of thing where you could easily imagine them just like walling it off. It's like, well, there's a burning village. You don't go into it, obviously. Yeah. There's the Mongol horde. You don't go over there, obviously. So you're just riding your horse around. It feels like there's a big open space, but they kind of just cordon it off here and there. That's easily achievable.
Going back to that UI thing real quick, like I hope they force it if there's no UI, because people will not take it off. Otherwise, I don't think at all, because like I would go back to that God of War thing. That game was substantially better, in my opinion, without health bars, with a lot of stuff turned off, and you had to use visuals and so on and so forth. So if you give people an option to put UI on, we're inclined to keep that on a lot of times. Like just strip it bare. Like just do it if you can.
You're gonna upset a lot of people, though.
I feel like if they do
force their hand.
I feel like if they do force the UI off of it, it would have to be a lot more of a linear game, which
Yeah, because the compass and like mapping would be way too hard otherwise.
I mean, and the thing is, honestly, I wouldn't personally be opposed to it. That game looks beautiful. I would love to see an open world one, but I honestly would not be disappointed if they like kind of wall it off and make it fluid enough where like I don't even care that it's linear, you know?
I mean, the trailer, like with the field, like it looked like you could go anywhere. Like that did not look linear at all.
Impression.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
So they built out those two venues, and they were right next to each other, and we still had to wait 15 minutes for people to walk from.
I mean, think about how long it takes people to get on and off an airplane. That's significantly less people.
Yeah, this is exactly why I don't trust people to do anything.
Yeah, people move inefficiently.
You're right. That's entirely fair.
Ghost of Tsushima. Spyro. I'm hyped for Spyro. Even though they didn't show anything.
At least we get 15 minutes of Days Gone.
See, a lot of these games, like, I feel like the other conferences just took them.
I looked up, Dan, you want to take a guess on when Days Gone comes out?
It's February 22nd, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? How many games are coming out on that day?
All of them. We didn't see any Days Gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing about that.
Yeah.
We definitely saw the VR Tetris. That was important. Glad we saw that trailer.
Very important, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they only showed like a blip. You guys remember when they showed the rapid fire, like basically like mini trailers for them? Days Gone was in that, but it was for like a split second.
Yeah.
That's disconcerting, I would say. Like we're not that far from launch. It's not like they like had a jam-packed hour of games that they couldn't show it.
They showed us like Blops maps and stuff.
Wait, so none of that? So wait. Their new titles were those?
That was the new title?
Hmm.
All right. Analysis. Last was 2. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Like they did.
Fantastic.
Couldn't be more excited for it.
Right.
Yes. Also, dude with the banjo was lit. It was really good.
Yeah. Death Stranding, we saw right there. We saw that there's a gun. He has a gun. Is there combat? Is it a 30-hour movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we'll never know.
Where you just try to get over the top of a mountain, apparently. You just try to Skyrim the entire thing.
Yeah, he was Skyrim that mountain.
It's like a giant Skyrim walking simulator.
Must make deliveries.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so we got at least 3 things that looked really awesome. Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, but we also got like Resident Evil, we got Kingdom Hearts, Control.
Yeah.
Control looked really cool.
Which surprised me. I don't know where that came from.
No clue.
We got a year for that.
Know more.
What about the game with the shifting house? Yeah, Control. Yeah, I have no context for that.
Yeah, it was totally out of nowhere, but I can dig it.
Control was done by the people who did Quantum Break.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remedy Entertainment. I wasn't expecting to get anything for Final Fantasy VII Remake, considering Tetsuya Nomura finally released one of his games with Kingdom Hearts 3. So I will expect to see something about that game 7 years from now. And considering they just started hiring people for like $30,000 to do like major roles in that game, I had like this tiny shred of hope I'd see something about it though. Like,
yeah, I think we all did, honestly, because that's like they brought it up, and now it's just everybody who's a Final Fantasy fan has been kind of just hoping for it so badly.
Forget it.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is a pretty short list. Pretty short list of games compared to the other conferences.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of VR titles, which I'm not personally interested in, but that's cool that they're bringing out so many different, like, ways of approaching VR and, like, different kinds of games for it, I guess.
This is my Microsoft. Okay? This is my Microsoft list.
Yeah.
This is my Sony list.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looks like there's nothing written.
There, yeah, that's because it's a blank page.
I'm kidding.
No, literally, I
There's literally nothing written on that one. Okay.
This is it. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Again, Microsoft, PlayStation.
Yeah, see this play button that's up on the screen? I sort of felt like that was lingering there for a lot of that conference. Like I wanted things to happen, and some things to happen, sort of, but not at all.
Yeah, I think they fired that guy from last year. I mean, you said this at the higher. I'm like, they're just like, whatever. You did such a great job. You're gone. All right, let's bring in some new fresh blood.
I think they had bad transitions, lack of dates, limited freshness. So that was cool to see a much expanded Death Stranding. I mean, limited freshness. There was definitely freshness. We had the Last of Us 2. Shows a lot of cool stuff. Got me mega hyped. And then it was a roller coaster, man. They immediately brought me down, going right into like Black Ops maps that pre-order a thing to get stuff for the last
what was that about?
And
that wasn't even a preview of Call of Duty.
It was the most dull advertisement for it too.
Yeah.
Tetris stuff. I was lost. A lost child.
There was no formula to it. Like, it was just kind of just thrown at you.
Banjo Dude was awesome. I agree.
Like I saw why, with the thematic of the cathedral of doing that for Last of Us, but why not invite people to just do a Last of Us screening and be like, all right, now we're switching over to our main hall over here. This was just a side thing. It would have worked out great, and it would have been so much better instead of that 15-minute block. Just made no sense to me whatsoever. I couldn't wrap my head around it. At least,
the hosts were.
Moby did an all right job, I guess. Was I the only one feeling like that dude was just Moby?
Hadn't occurred to me until you mentioned it.
From the panel, rate the conference most anticipated game.
Yeah, I want to start with what I already said, and also it was problematic going through it when the presentation, the distribution of the media itself was broken too. Snap, crackle, pop, framiness for the first 20 minutes of the whole thing.
Yeah, no, the whole
might not be their fault, but super distracting too. Lack of dates, bad transitions, poor hosts. Don't know what they were doing with was there a theme? I don't know.
It seemed like music, again, a little bit, for some of the stuff.
Yeah, there's a performance element, but it was So I gotta give for the overall presentation. They're getting a 6, and they're only getting a 6 because they had great stuff that they showed, but not in the presentation of it at all. Much at all. Huge, tons of detraction from that for me. That just takes it down and down and down. Great stuff. Not I don't know. I got a fantastic looking body, but if I cover it in poop, who's gonna be attracted to that? Death Stranding, Last of Us, sushi bombs. Really good. Happy. Really excited to see those come out.
I'm gonna give it a 5. It was just better in the Microsoft one. I'm gonna give it a 6. I think about it a little bit here. I'm gonna go along with Hunter because this conference wasn't like a lot of other ones where all the conferences usually are for promotional purchase, for promotion. these games are coming out for this holiday season or right in the future, I'm going to kind of pull back and be like, okay, you're not giving us release dates. You're giving me things to be excited for next E3 or maybe even later. You're not going to tell me what you have right now, you know, because we already know that. You're going to show us what you have coming out later to get me excited for. And Last of Us 2 was fantastic. The sushi game, the Ghost of Sushi, was fantastic. I can't wait to see more of that. Like, whatever. I'm just going to say that. I like it. All right. Ghost Sushi, totally game for it. Death Stranding, also, like, all these games look great. Resident Evil. Mm-hmm. You know, I mentioned it, like, the VR stuff earlier. I'm still, like, not convinced, or like, no, none of those games are like, I'm gonna go buy VR now for PlayStation, because you sold me on it. It just seems like
tab out to Amazon
toy still. It's just like, okay, we're gonna support it a little bit still. Don't worry, brush the dust off so you can go play a little bit. You know, until they make like a VR fishing game that isn't the Final Fantasy 15 one. If they make another one, maybe I'll consider it. But Spider-Man was like such a big disappointment for me, but I'm still probably gonna play it. But like, yeah, I will give it a 6 out of 10, just based on the fact that despite the audio popping and the weird idea to do 2 different like stages or whatever, like, whoever thought of that, I hope they're fired for next year. I'm excited for Sony for next year and the year after now, and they have more than enough to fill in the time in between.
Can we get a couple of 6-packs of VR fish together, Rom?
Oh, dude, I want to so bad. There's one on Steam right now, catch and release, that I really want to get into, but the barrier entry, man. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
You know what? Maybe we'll just go fishing.
That's like outside, man. I can't take much vitamin D. I'll get sick
of stuff. Sensitive nerdy is.
I'll go ice fishing for sure as well. Yeah. More fishing games, always, in games I always like, in flowcharts. Put those 2 things in everything and I'll be happy.
Faye?
I'm gonna have to, so separating my vast and deep rooting amount of excitement for the limited amount of titles that we did get that are going to be big. The conference itself was entirely too sloppy and just not well thought out, not planned properly. The transition was not good between everything, as everybody was saying before. I'm gonna have to give it like a 5. Yeah, I'm really disappointed with what they went with. I think that the live performances were cool. You know, the musicians that came in, that was definitely sorry, my husky's being really loud. But I think that was definitely a really, really involving and fun part of it. But I'm gonna have to say that, like, just based off of the fact that, you know, I didn't really personally find myself at all wanting to listen to the panel of hosts. Like, I feel like the previous conferences that we watched today did a lot better of a job with their hosting and with their transitions and everything like that. And I think that Sony kind of dropped the ball this year, and they tried to get too creative with like the let's bring everybody to this place and then the next place, and then we'll bring them over here and we'll just make everybody sitting at home wait 15 minutes when they could just go cook dinner. You know, like, I didn't find it very purposeful the way that they did things, and I really, really am disappointed. But I do love the fact that they showed so much content for The Last of Us, for Ghost of Tsushima, for Resident Evil they brought up. Total curveballs. We had Resident Evil 2 remake, we had Neo 2. What else did we not hear about that showed up? Control, and like, they had some really, really curveball titles, but it just was not enough for me to be wholeheartedly excited about this entire conference. I'm just glad that we got to see all that info on The Last of Us. I'm so hyped for these games, but the conference was just not well done.
Yep. I agree. Pros, every single game that they showed, I am hyped for, minus Destiny 2. Cons, there's no dates on any of these, and that to me is a big downside. Like, there's not much to look forward to this year, and next year that's exclusive to Sony. I think that's a big flaw. Like, I'm glad we got to see all these cool titles, but we don't have dates. We don't have years. That's a big downside, and obviously the production issues that you guys mentioned. The idea was there, but it didn't really pull it off. So yeah, I would give it like I would give it about a 5 out of 10. Most hyped. I mean, if we like, I only want to pick a most hyped thing of something that I know when it's coming out. And out of the ones that have a date, like
were there only like 3 of them? I think. Yeah. You know what? 2019 for Control, January 25th for Resident Evil, and the 29th of January for Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't see any other.
That's what I have. Yeah, so I mean, I guess Kingdom Hearts and Resident Evil. Everything else is just me.
Would you rather have them set a release date and then fail to deliver, or I guess they could just give us a massive general like 2020? I guess, you know, that could be easy to do too. That's an entire year to frame it in.
Yeah, I mean, next year we'll probably get another, 10 minutes of Death Stranding and maybe a year. It's like, and that's okay to have some of those, but the fact that your entire conference for this year has no dates, that's a little concerning.
I think they're all coming out in Q5 of 2019.
Which is not good, like
that doesn't exist.
Well, you know what I mean? All the same. Listen, Hunter. All right, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
No, but like if all of that's going to be coming out so close together, more than likely, like actually, I'm kind of. I don't know. I hope not. I really hope not.
I realized I realized something when Lowco, FhaeLin, when you were talking about this, and so we've all mentioned it, the transitions, not necessarily from game to game that they were showcasing, but from stage to stage or spot to spot. They showed them literally building these stages out. These were not pre-existing spots that they found and had to work with. They built them for Sony for E3. So they intentionally designed this setup instead of having like a structure that looked reminiscent of the dance hall in The Last of Us 2. And then they use some stage magic and bring the lights down, and now it's the bigger thing. And you're like, oh, cool. And you didn't have to move anywhere. And then you can put everything behind.
Like they could have got away with just hanging the lights up in the second area, and then like turn them off after that's like it wasn't like the venue was drastically different looking.
And we weren't the one.
I forgot he said it was a tent.
Yeah. I mean, it's a giant open space, though. It's like...
Yeah, Yugasa says they could have done, like, a warehouse or something, and that would have had the same effect, I don't... Maybe it's because we're not there, and we're salty.
I'd be interested to see what people tweet about.
99.89% of the people who are going to buy their game are not there.
Yeah,
that's
right?
Right? Like, we're the ones sitting at home. I mean, unless the people who were there, like they're doing some like crazy, ridiculous presentation, and those people are going to be like the tipping points for the explosion of gaming in 3 years or something, like then sure, it's like, okay, do whatever you want.
I think that they'll regret that, looking back on it and seeing it in action. But all right.
And part of the only reason I gave it a 6 too is because EA got a 5. And
you thought it was better than you?
I just wanted everything.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I think I gave it about the same, but that's gonna conclude day 3, guys. A nice little 11 hours of streaming and hanging out with you guys today. It's been overall an amazing day. I mean, I love E3, and it's been a super hyped day.
Great day.
Like, so much to talk about this week. You know, we'll probably be in our own streams recapping as well. I will be back tomorrow with Nintendo, the last conference before I die. So make sure to be there. Tomorrow is Nintendo at 11:30 a.m. It's gonna be me, Diction, Tangent, and Lucid Fox covering Nintendo. So hopefully you guys join us for the last conference. And Hunter, thank you for co-hosting 90% of these. Really appreciate it.
I loved it.
And Faye, Rom, thank you guys for joining us. Faye's been here all day too, so she's a trooper as well. Sticking it out. So thank you guys so much. If you guys want to do some shout outs, let the chat know who you are and where we can find you.
I'll go. I'm Romcomm. I totally forgot that Jurassic Park like Evolution or whatever comes out. I'll be playing that. I just got the key for that, so I'll probably be checking that out soon. And then I didn't get into Prey last night, but I really want to get into Prey soon. But every time, Prey is this one game that eludes me because every time I'm like, guys, I'm going to play Prey. I swear. Something else I totally forgot about, like Jurassic Park, just comes up and I'm like, I got to play this. It's hot. It's new. I got to play this. Sorry, Prey. And then I just shove it to the back of my list. So I'll get to it one day. But yeah, I play a lot of different games. If it has fishing and flowcharts, like I said, I will play it even more. So Detroit Become Human's amazing. And see if this isn't because it doesn't have fishing. But if a game has fishing, I love it. So that's me.
Hey.
Awesome. So my name is FhaeLin and I'm stretching. But you can find me on Twitch, obviously, at FhaeLin, on Twitter as well. I'm doing all sorts of games. I'm playing Dragon Age Origins right now, first playthrough. Haven't played it before. And we're gonna be doing also a kill as many people as possible run in Detroit. That we've been planning for about a week or so. So we got to do that. But yeah, so I'll play all the games.
Yeah. I feel like I'm sitting in a very similar boat on that one. But what about you guys on Twitter and such? Did you lay out your social medias?
It's in the chat. Romcomm with 3 M's at the end. It said it too. Like I said the last time, just throw more M's. If you want to find me on Uplay, put Romcomm and go with as many M's as possible till the character limit's reached, and then you found me.
Hunter, where can we find you?
Right here for the next like 2.5 minutes. Twitch.tv/TheHunterWild. Play damn near every new release. So if you were seeing stuff throughout E3, there's a really, really good chance you're going to see me streaming it for 12 hours a day for 3 days in a row at least whenever they launch. That's what I do. I call them 3x12s. It's our launch events. And our next one is starting up tomorrow for Jurassic World Evolution, handing out tons of copies. 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, it should be. You can also find me on Twitter at TheHunterWild TV if you want to see the wordage that comes out of my finger typings. I highly recommend that you actually go follow over there if you liked anything of my perspective at all, because it all comes out on Twitter. And Lowco, what are you all about?
Oh boy. You can find me at twitch.tv/Lowco, twitter.com/Lowco2525. I do apologize for being ill and blowing my nose every 5 seconds. I'm usually not like this. I'm usually a lot more fun, I promise. Come check me out. I play everything. Fun? I'm interesting sometimes. But you can find me at like I said, whatever. I'm playing Jurassic World Evolution starting Wednesday, and then I'm checking out the Warframe update this weekend. So lots of fun stuff, and we just finished up a Detroit playthrough as well. So, and I'm playing Dark Souls also. So I got a lot of stuff that's happening. So also I own Streamer Square and run it. So if you guys enjoy, what we do here, we have a ton of awesome shows. Hunter and I do a weekly show called The Stream Scene, where we have guests on our show, where we talk about different streaming topics. Those are normally on Mondays, which obviously there wasn't one today. But that will be back, and we have a couple other shows here too. And our website has a ton of awesome content, a lot of helpful information. If you're a streamer or aspiring streamer or even like a mod or something, and you're looking to learn more, definitely check out our website and follow us on Twitter. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time for our Nintendo pre-show with Diction, Tangent, and Lucid Fox. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys for an awesome E3. Have a wonderful Monday night. It is Monday, right? Yes.
Yes.
Have a wonderful Monday night, guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.